Hey everybody! Hey man! We are going to talk about deception missions. Just remember, side with the Autobots, they're the good guys. What is a deception mission? Well, it's a mission in which you cause deception. Such an elaborate explanation that uses the same thing as it's about. A deception mission usually involves kind of putting in some fake coordinates for the enemies to worry about. Similar to some other missions, we have a data site that we have to pick up. And then we have an objective point to which we are supposed to deliver that data site. Enemies will continually spawn because it's not an exterminate mission. So if you really want to, you can ignore all of the enemies and just go straight to the objective. I mean, there is nothing stopping you. The world is your oyster. So off we go. We're running to the deception. We're going for that objective. We don't really care about all these loser enemies. They can't touch me. My shiny golden skin, they can't handle me. Do a little coptering just to speed things up.
The bypass is done. Good.
So you take your deal, you go to the objective, you put it in,
Get ready for a fight.
and that's it. It's really not a super elaborate stage. I mean, the nice part is it can be a super fast stage because all you gotta do is just get to the terminal and drop in this. I mean, it's not even a hacking related thing. You come to the terminal, you reroute the navigation with a data mask, boom, done. That's low. Now it's time to extract. It's relatively straightforward. I mean, there's not much to it. You can see I am now experiencing a bug with the camera, and apparently, according to Lotus, I am now actually experiencing an exterminate mission. So some of you may have watched more of my videos and remember from a while back that I mentioned sometimes missions will override themselves and you'll end up doing something else. That's what's happened right now. The fact that the camera has bugged out is definitely making things more annoying, and I'm sure at least one person is going to end up getting sick by watching this. But I also feel that I should mention this doesn't happen very often. And it's actually kind of a recent thing. Maybe sometime around halfway point of update 15. I mean, really, when Spy 2.0 came out is when I started experiencing this personally. It might have been happening to other people before then, but this is just when I've started to experience it. And it's definitely annoying, as you can see, but the game is still playable. Kind of. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where it drives you nuts the entire time it's happening. And if it wasn't for the fact that the mission itself changed over, it wouldn't be nearly as annoying because all I'd have to do is just run to extraction. And you don't have to really be able to see too much in order to just run to the extraction. That being said, we just gotta suffer through it for another 20 guys, so don't worry too much. So why do deception missions? They're quick. That's really what it is to it. I mean, it's another one of those missions where at the moment there isn't really a whole lot of driving force for the average person to want to come back in here and do these missions a lot. Rewards aren't really anything super spectacular or anything of that sort. I mean, it's just another mission at this point. So a lot of people will probably just go through it, do it the once to unlock the node and continue on in their maps. Nothing says that doesn't get changed later, but at the moment that's kind of how it goes. Man, jumping down is scary when you can't see nothing. So right now I'm just finishing up the exterminate mission that kind of overtook my extraction. But you see how the deception is really just pick up the thing, which of course will limit you to either your handgun or melee weapon, and then get to the extraction. Well, now I'm even closer. If it wasn't for Rhino's big head, we'd probably have a little bit easier time seeing things. But it's a straightforward mission. It's easy enough to do with just a single person because, quite frankly, you can ignore all of the enemies in Deception because all you have to do is deliver the data mass to its target and, you know, reroute the ship or whatever. Again, it's definitely easier with multiple people because more people is more firepower. More firepower means enemies are going to die a heck of a lot easier, and there's more targets for them to shoot at, so they're not all just trying to cap you. Benefits aren't really... There's no real benefits to running these missions outside of just getting them done and out of the way, I would say. Outside of the fact that they are really quick and easy to do. Frames that are good at them, again, it's pretty much any at this point because it's not really that elaborate of a mission to do. You go, you grab the thing, you go deliver it to the thing, and then you leave. Any frame can do it, which I guess is kind of one of the benefits. It's relatively easy, it can be done really quick, it can be done with any frame. Downside is there's not much to reward you from doing it really quick or with any frame or anything like that, because there's just... You're not getting a whole lot for it. I mean, you're getting resources from, you know, a couple of kills or whatever, and you're getting your credits for doing the mission, but it's not a whole lot of credits to really make it worthwhile. But that's a Deception mission. I mean, you go in there, you run through it, you plug in the thing, and you're done. It's relatively quick, it's relatively easy. It might get overridden by other missions as you're doing it. You might get invaded as you're doing it. It's a standard mission. Some people might find they really enjoy doing these missions and do them just for fun, but outside of just for fun, there isn't really a whole lot of point for doing the Deception missions yet. I'm sorry, it's kind of the way of things, really. I mean, especially in this game, most people will gravitate towards whatever offers the best rewards or the specific rewards they're looking for, because there is a little bit of a grind associated with the game in general. So, Deception missions currently aren't really all that high on people's priorities of things to do. If you do have any other questions or any tips or anything I might have missed upon, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll try to address it if it's an addressable thing to address. Otherwise, you know, keep deceiving them bad guys and turning them into places where they have no idea why they're there. And then, you know, maybe eventually they'll learn and make it a little harder for us or something. I don't know. Until next time, guys, have fun.